guys, it's Josh here Reviews. Hell House 3. So this week I covered 2. Last year I saw the trailer for the 3rd one. Curious, and I actually questioned myself. Is there a 2nd one if there's a 3rd? I didn't know there was a 2nd one. Yeah, there was a 2nd one. And I didn't get to watch either of these films last year. I instead saw them this year. Thankfully, last month, I rewatched Hell House 1 with my friend, and we really enjoyed it. It is a very well done found footage mockumentary horror film, and it is really good. So I got excited when watching the sequel. Watch the sequel, it's not bad. It has its flaws, but it's a serviceable sequel. However, when I started to watch Hell House 3, I told myself, this is the final one. What if it's shit? Is it? Well, let's talk about the things I like. First of all, what is the story? Well, the first one was about people opening up a haunted attraction and basically a haunted hotel, the Abaddon Hotel, or Abaddon, whatever they fucking call it. The second one was about this newscast, news journalists breaking in and trying to cover a story or find something that the police missed. This one is the first one. What? It's the first movie. So, things I liked. I like the acting. I think it's fine. I know a lot of people hate the acting in these 2 films besides the first one, but I did not mind the acting. Well, admittedly, there is one character who sounds retarded. Not like, there's this one guy who's a really big man. He's not the guy I'm talking about. There's this other guy that I'm not going to name because I don't remember his name. But there's this one guy who does a terrible job. But everyone else, for the most part, the acting is fine. The acting is fine. I don't mind it. I don't see the problem in it. Overall, the scares are okay in this one. They're not as good as the second one, nor as creepy as the first one. That's about it. Story-wise and editing, wow. So when I watched this, I liked it. I liked watching it. And then I rewatched some of it, not the full thing, but some of it, and I thought about it. Wow. Okay, the first 2 minutes of the movie, there's static effects. There's so much of it. It bugged the hell out of me. And there's so many scenes in this movie where you'll see like the Hell House sign from the first movie. And you'll look at it and you'll be like, that's the Hell House sign. I remember that. That's cool. And then they'll show a static shot and it'll show footage from the first movie. And then the second movie. And you know that creepy clown guy that I've been talking about throughout these series? This series, I said these, what the fuck? This series, whenever the main character or someone sees him in this film, they show a static shot and then they basically show flashback footage from the first and second film. What the fuck's the point in doing that? Hello? We're not idiots. We know who that guy is. We know what that is. Why are you showing us this like we're fucking morons? It genuinely bugged me. And while it doesn't happen towards like the middle part, it happens a lot in the beginning and it happens throughout the film. There's just a certain part towards the middle where it kind of finally cools down, and I was like, oh, thank God, no more static effects. But of course, they keep coming back. Story-wise, it's the first one. I don't have a problem with that. You know, it can have pretty much the same story. I mean, shark films have pretty much the same story. They're not original, but that doesn't mean the film's going to be bad. But story-wise, it's like, what else can they do? They already filmed the haunted house. Then they pretty much did what I would do in a fucking sequel. They break in, try to find clues, and they die. What else is there to add on? Well, they go for the standard, hey, we're going to reopen this place, like that one shit film, Titanic 2, which I will not review. They, like, hey, let's make a Titanic 2 because people were stupid enough to go on the Titanic 2. Why would you want to go back when something shit, when some terrible shit happened before? Why would you want to go back? But apparently people were stupid enough to go back. I wouldn't. And I'm just going to say it. This film, not a big letdown, but it is kind of a small letdown. What I mean by that is when I was watching this the first time, I was enjoying it. There are a few moments that are legitimately creepy. It has that same Hell House feel. But then when I rewatched some of the moments that I liked and some of the story elements and the editing, wow, what a disappointment. I hate to say that because it seems like the director had a vision of what he was going for. And from what I can tell, I think he had a good vision and I like that. And I respect his decision. And I said decision, I meant to say his vision, my bad. I respect his vision. But man, the execution in the film, like, I don't know, man. This was kind of a letdown. In fact, the ending was kind of a letdown. Let me talk about that. Spoilers, if you really care. Maybe skip to 8 or something, 8 minutes in. So, the ending basically, from the second one, they basically set up a sequel. This one. And towards the end, shit gets down when the haunted attraction opens up. There's blood, there's chaos, a lot more than what happened in the first one. Basically, the gateway to hell is open and demons are coming forth and killing people left and right. And the guy who's running this attraction basically comes in, closes the gate because he died before, so he's technically an angel, and he basically closes the gate and saves everyone. So everyone that died comes back. And we get a little epilogue at the end. So that was weird and interesting. I wouldn't have minded if the editing and the effects weren't shit, because the effects I saw in this film, whoa, they are shit. Let me tell you, the effects in this movie are shit. Not like the static effects. There's a scene where the floor is falling. Like it's kind of like, and everything's caving in. It looks like an effect you'd use on one of those movie effects apps. You guys ever heard of the app Movie Action Effects or Action Movie Effects, whatever? They look like an effect you download on a green screen website. They looked really bad. I've seen plenty of other people do better stuff, even short films. I've done stuff like that on my other channel. So it's just kind of weird to see that in a I'm assuming this is a high budget. It's weird to see that on a high budget film like this. It's really weird. And the ending wasn't like disappointing. I didn't hate it, but the tone. It was the tone. The tone had me scratching my head like, what? Wait, what? Okay, that's the ending. It's not bad, but it was just kind of like, it was weird. It was really weird. So here's overall my opinion on the film. I didn't hate it, but there are a lot of flaws with this film. It's not a bad series, basically a trilogy. It's not a bad trilogy. The first one was a really, really well done horror mockumentary film that legitimately scared me. Even rewatching it, it was terrifying. Second one was not a great sequel, but it wasn't a terrible sequel. This one wasn't a bad letdown, but it was a very disappointing letdown. I wish that overall the execution was better. I didn't hate this film. By no means do I hate this film, but I do think it was a major letdown. I said major letdown. I meant to say a pretty disappointing letdown. Like, I can't fucking word shit right, guys. What do you expect from a guy who has only 100 subscribers? Overall, my opinion on the film is it's a C-. I didn't hate it, but there were things I liked, like the acting. I thought some moments were creepy. But overall, you expect the scares from a mile away because of the editing and the static effects, and it kind of loses your, like, it lost interest. It really lost my interest while watching it. Not only that, but you expect the same scares. And while, they're legit creepy, it's like, oh, I expected that. Like, I expected that. So, what do you expect? Overall, guys, that's it. I'm done with the Hell House trilogy. So, because I'm done with this, I want to take a little bit of a break on the horror movies. I want to review kids' films. Enough said. What the